Guild Ball fans around the world, welcome to another Hotgates Gaming Match Report Season 3 Guild Ball! Woo! You're of course here with Hotgates Gaming host James, and today I'm joined by Steamforged Games Jamie Giblin. How's it going, Jamie? You alright?
I'm good, thank you. Yourself?
Very, very good. We've just spent the last hour recording and getting me up to speed with Season 3.
Yes, we have indeed.
And now we're actually going to see it down on the table. So I'm a little bit rusty. I apologise in advance, but Jamie's going to coach me through this today.
Yes, we will, yeah.
And we're going old school. I'm going old school anyway. I'm going to be bringing my Season 1 Butchers team. It's a Butchers Ox team.
Yep.
And you are going to be bringing?
I'm bringing Smoke Alchemists, as voted for by the community as a whole. Yeah. I asked it out there on the Twitter and Facebook pages, so...
I'm glad that you're more of a man of democracy than me, because I also put that question out and haven't even checked what everybody asked for. To be honest, probably got me a few likes and retweets.
Yeah.
That's obviously what matters. So what we're going to do is we're going to get down and I'm going to show you those two guilds right now. Here's our home team. It is the Season 1 Butchers led by Ox. Of course, there's been some changes to this team. If you've not already watched our Season 3 preview, review, overview video that Jamie and myself have done, then you'll be able to see some of those changes there. But the big ones, of course, we've got Boar, who now has one less on his playbook, so it's easier for him to wrap. And of course, it's 3+ defense. Shank isn't going to be able to do as much in this team. And of course, with all the changes to the mascot rules and the like, Princess is probably going to be a little bit more relevant in this game than previously. So now that we've seen the Butchers, let's have a little look at Smoke's Alchemists.
So with Smoke Alchemists, obviously we've got the Captain Smoke, not very commonly seen, minus obviously in favour with most players. Calculus and Harry, obviously Harry's got a bunch of new rules in Season 3 and we'll hopefully showcase some of them. Veteran Katalyst being the powerhouse that he always is, and Compound watching the goal at the back.
So I'll be using the Guild Ball Pundit dice and you'll be using the Alchemist dice for this. Let's roll for who kicks off. And it's going to be Mr. Giblin choosing.
I'll kick to you.
You're going to kick to me.
Yeah.
So the Alchemists have set up first. As you can see, they're reasonably bunched up over there and aware of their AoE game. I've started off pretty spread apart. So Jamie's going to be kicking off.
Yep, so Smoke, starting with the ball. I've pre-planned the move here. It's going to jog forwards 4 and kick to that space there. Kick of 4-6, so it is successful. Going in the direction of 5 and going 6 inches,
wow,
which is likely to get quite nicely over here.
Nice.
Centres on that point. So, pretty decent kick, I'll keep that. We go into allocation of influence.
Here's our table at the start of the game. So as you can see, I put 3 down there on Shank, 1 on Boar just in case. We've also got 1 on Boiler, 4 on Ox the Captain, nothing on Princess, and 3 on Brisket. In the meantime, you've loaded up your Captain Smoke to do some smoky shenanigans. What else have we done?
We've got 2 on Veteran Katalyst, similar reason to Boar. If anything happens, he can free charge over there and start hitting on someone. Harry the Hat's got 2 for a sprint and a Molotov, and Calculus here, a sprint and a Noxious Blast coming their way.
So there we go, that's why we've allocated our influence, and we're going to start things off with Shank, who's spending 1 to do his sprint, which takes him up to collect the ball and then brings him back into this area here, where he's then going to spend another 1 to where they go 6 inches away from Boiler, and he's going to spend another 1 to then try and kick the ball to Boiler. So kicking the ball to Boiler, he's got a kick of 2
dice. Needs a 4+ to be successful.
4+. Oh no, he misses!
Shocking start to Season 3.
Shocking start to Season 3.
So the ball scatters.
The ball's going to scatter in the
5.
Oh no, oh no. And it's going to go 1 inch.
So it'll end up here. So Boiler can intercept it because he'll be along the ball's path. He just won't generate the momentum.
So no momentum there, which of course was the purpose, but it could have been worse. So there we go, Boiler's got the ball and it's going to go over to the Alchemist.
So for me, just going first with Flask, he's going to roll forwards 5 inches, get to the centre here and pop down Smoke.
So next up I'm going to go with Princess, and I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to see exactly what's going on first of all and try and get a feel for this this Smoke Alchemist team.
Okay, so for the Alchemist we're going to go with Harry the Hat. He's going to spend 1 influence to sprint 7 inches up to here. And we've pre-measured where this AoE is going. He's going to throw down a Molotov into that position there. That costs 1. And
is a fire AoE.
So next up we are going to go with Boiler. Boiler's going to spend 1 just to kick the ball up to Brisket, 6 inches. He's got a kick of 2-6.
Yep. Hey,
Gets it just. I get myself the point of momentum, the ball goes there, and then he's just going to jog up into that position there. There we go.
Next up for the Alchemist, we've got Calculus here. Probably wasting a point of influence as I'm going to sprint this short distance up to here, getting within Smoke's momentous inspiration range, and spending 2 influence to try and throw out a Noxious Blast onto Boiler, landing here. So needing a 4+ to be successful, and we get it. So Boiler takes 2 damage and the poison condition, and I generate a point of momentum.
And that's because
of Smoke's momentous inspiration.
Next up we're going to be going with Brisket, and Brisket's going to spend 1 to do Super Shot. She's going to spend another 1 to kick the ball to Ox, so she's going to have 4 dice to do this. Needing a 4+. Gets the double 6s there.
Screamer of a pass.
It's a screamer of a pass, which means he's going to get the ball and we gain the momentum, and then she is going to spend the final point just to sprint up within 1 inch of the cover there, and that's going to end her activation.
Back over to the Alchemist, we've got Compound here, just walking forwards into that optimal Rush Keeper range, and that's his activation over.
So next up is going to be the Captain, and he's going to spend 1 to Tough Skin himself to give himself that +1 armour. He's then just going to trundle into this position 6 inches away from Brisket there, and he's going to spend another 1 to kick the ball. He's going to waste 2 whilst he does this, and he's going to kick the ball to Brisket, or try to anyway. So his kick is 3-6, so needing a 4+ for a success.
Gets it.
Oh, yes. The last one that I looked at, of course. And I'm actually going to immediately spend a point of momentum gain to do a 4-inch dodge with Brisket, taking it to the other side of the cover, and then it'll go over to you.
Okay, so Veteran Katalyst here, no one in range to charge or beat up on, so we're just going to spend one of his influence to sprint up to around about here, and because he is hulking out and deteriorating, he takes 4 damage at the end of his activation, meaning he only has 25 health left.
Not a lot then.
Not a lot, but he is a 2-0, 2-1, so quite easy to hit. Well, that's the end of his activation.
So it's the final activation for the Butchers, and I'm just going to spend 1 to sprint with Boar, and I'm going to be moving him over in this direction. Like so.
Okay, so Smoke's going there as the final activation of the turn. Just going to walk 4 forwards up to here, and with a 6 influence, it's going to start duplicating and drifting these smoke clouds around. So to start off, we are going to duplicate the fire AoE, making sure that it duplicates to within 6 inches of her, which is fine there. So this is another fire AoE. I'm going to spend 1 of our influence to Chemical Breeze the AoE 4 inches, push it onto these 2 players so they both suffer the fire condition.
Wonderful.
So they're both now on fire. Then I'm going to spend another influence to breeze this fire AoE within 4 inches, so 4-inch stick there. And I'm going to flip that one onto the Captain, so he's now suffering the fire condition.
So the condition game is strong.
Yes, it is. And then we'll come back because I need to plan out the poison AoE. Okay, so back into Smoke's activation, spending another influence to duplicate this poison AoE, touching it here. Still within 6 inches of Smoke. So she's going to spend another influence to Chemical Breeze this poison AoE to within 4 inches of its original position, which again is going to hit both of these and put the poison condition on them. Now the AoE would stay there, but since it's the last activation of the turn, there's no point putting it down because it's going to disappear in a second. And with her final influence, she's going to Chemical Breeze this AoE onto the Captain, so he now suffers the poison. And to finish it up, she is within 4 inches of this Smoke template, so it's going to jump back to safety.
Wow, so there we go. Smoke in action, doing all kinds of smoky, conditioning, poisony, flaming shenanigans.
I didn't set the entire team on fire, so I feel I've not succeeded, but you spread out too much for it to happen.
Yeah, which really with this kind of Butcher's team you don't really want to do. to be honest. It wants to be quite close together, but I just want to see what's going on with the smokiness first. So there we go. That's how we're looking. I'm currently 2 momentum to 1 momentum.
I think you're on 3 momentum because you spent it, didn't you? To dodge.
Yeah, I spent it to do the dodge.
2 to 1.
2 to 1 at the moment. We'll resolve all the conditions in a second, but let's roll.
Yep. Roll, so you're on +1. I get a mighty 6, so up to a 7.
Very strong.
Oh! Betrayed on my dice.
I love it. So there we go. So I will be going first.
If you go first, I'm going to start the turn with 1 point of momentum.
There we go. Here's our pitch at the start of turn 2. So I allocated my influence first, and I put 3 over there on Brisket. Obviously she's the goal threat this turn. I've got 3 on Ox, 2 on Boiler, who Unconscious is within range on Veteran Katalyst, and I'm sure that Jamie Giblin will demonstrate what he does soon enough. But I don't want that to happen too quickly. Boar's got 1, of course, and Shank behind has got 3. As you can see over on Jamie's side of the pitch with the Alchemist, we've got 2 on Harry the Hat, we've got 2 on Veteran Katalyst. We've got 6 again on Smoke, and we've also got 1 on Compound, 2 on Calculus. So with that, we're going to start off with the activations, and I'm actually going to start things off with Boiler, who's actually going to retreat a little bit here. He's going to make sure the back end of his base is about 4 inches away from Ox, that's his name, and he's going to spend his 2, and he's going to Swift Stance Ox.
Alright, so the Alchemists here are going to try and deny the goal in any way they can, so Compound's going to walk 5 over here, keeping in Rush Keeper range, and will spend his 1 influence to put up Horrific Odour to make kicks within 6 inches of him cost 1 more influence, so quite a big area here.
So here we go. I'm going to be taking Princess, and she's going to be doing a free jog, just coming round. And for all that we've talked about mascots being able to get more stuck in, she's going to be running away and doing a little bit of denial there. So back over to the Alchemists.
Right, so trading mascot activations. Flask's going to trundle over to here, pop Smoke so it clips onto Calculus, and is within 4 inches of Smoke for some teleportation shenanigans in her turn.
So currently no momentum to try and clear any of the conditions, so nothing I can do about that. So at the moment I'm -2 movement, of course, with the fire damage, which is a big deal really. So all I'm going to be doing is I'm going to spend 1 with Ox to sprint, and he's going to be sprinting up into this area here, put him in a little bit of danger, but he has got Swift Stance on, and he is now going to put on They Ain't Tough Skin even. And that'll be that. So back over to Alchemists.
Alrighty, Calculus up next, spending 2 influence to throw out a Noxious Blast onto Brisket here. Now, unfortunately, Calculus is female, so Charm Male doesn't come in, so needing 4s to hit. And we're not successful. No. That is a Poison AoE cloud out, which is always good. And I've got my base movement of 5 inches, which I'll take just to jump away from these scary, scary butchers. Retreating to here.
So I'm starting to suffer a little bit with the staying back and seeing what's going on, and of course with these fire conditions, which is causing big problems. But I'm going to spend 1 with Shank here just to where they go out to that position, and another 1 to sprint, and we're going to get him out there. And as you can see, we're keeping that 10-inch threat range of Veteran Katalyst. We've really got that in mind at the moment. So with him done, we're going to go over to the Alchemists.
Okay, Harry here, throwing down a Molotov where he is, into this position here, costing 1 influence, and then we'll be sprinting away 7 inches, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, over to about here.
There we go. So Jamie and I were just talking about how old habits die hard, and that normally you would, in previous editions of the game, Season 2, Season 1, is going first would be a big thing. But looking at this, having the conditions, being able to get that point of momentum, if you don't go first, I actually think it probably would have been better for the Butchers to go second. They had the ball, they want that last activation, but also to have the momentum to clear a condition, to get in and then actually start generating momentum so that everybody else can clear. So lesson learnt, and in the meantime, Boar's just going to trundle there, staying outside of Harry threat range. Veteran Katalyst even. Just staying outside of his threat range and just bubbling up a little bit with his teammates. So back over to the Alchemist.
Okay, so going with Smoke. She's starting within 4 inches of this AoE here, so it's going to teleport whoop, to this point here. And it's going to spend 1 of her 6 influence to Chemical Breeze this template to here, which poisons Brisket. I'm then going to spend another influence to duplicate this fire AoE and flip it to
But I mean, it's the trouble is there aren't enough sides on the dice.
this point here.
The dice need more sides.
Yep.
Because there's more room. There's more room with more sided dice.
Pulling Ox with
And the
it.
thing is when you get
Spend
there's
another
loads of
influence
There's loads
to
of different ways
chemical
to
breeze
get
it.
if you want to. Most people
I get the
here
doggy?
have got 100 point. By the start box.
Yep, so hitting the dog, that one. So dog's now on fire.
Heroes of Rebellion.
Wonderful.
Which is about
And spend another influence to breeze the actual. So that one's gone.
Cool.
Yep.
So you
That one's
start
been pushed to the
with,
back of the pitch. This one to go. Sorry, moving ball onto Boiler.
Yep.
So he's now
He's now on fire.
on fire as well.
Houndstooth to
So that's that one done. It's about here. She's then going to pop her legendary. So
absolutely. It's a great build. It's,
within 8 inches, place a poison AoE down here.
Yep.
you know, they're like
Both
fighting.
Shank and Ox suffer 3 damage immediately.
Oh, lovely.
Everyone there, I believe, is poisoned except the dog. Who,
Everyone's poisoned on fire.
can't reach the dog with this poison, so that one's not going to get moved. Oh, it might do actually. It costs so much. The second one, because that's part of a legendary, 2 AoEs go down.
Yeah.
Well, running out of AoE templates. Go down over here. So Brisket immediately takes 3 damage as well.
Oh, lovely.
So that's here. I still have 2 influence left. So the AoE that came down from the legendary play will be duplicated, and I'll have to grab another AoE template to here.
Yep.
And
That do anything?
no, that doesn't do anything. With the last one from the duplication,
I think so. I think so.
move everything,
Ends up with a
templates around. I think I'd clip it
Yeah.
onto there to get the
Absolutely.
dog poisoned as well.
Wow.
And then she's going to walk.
But she's not moved yet.
She's not moved yet. 4 inches, which is this one, back over this way. And there still should be some smoke here, so I'll make sure I finish touching it.
Wow.
And that is Smoke's turn this turn.
So good demonstration of how to use smoke.
Yep,
Let's-
so first thing for you to do is put 3 damage on Ox, Shank and Brisket from the legendary.
Wow, so 9 damage overall, that's her legendary done. Let's get that done and go over to the final activation for the Butchers, which will be Brisket. So what's immediately been great about this game is that with every single activation that I do, everything that I see Jamie doing, I'm immediately looking at it and thinking, I wish I'd have done that, I wish I'd have done this differently. I can already see some of the strengths of Season 3 and how that's changed this game straight away. So what I'm going to be doing with Brisket is I'm actually going to be popping out of her. Now I could be going out and trying to pass the ball to someone else and gain some momentum that way and clear some conditions that way. However, she's a good ball carrier, especially on this side of the pitch at the moment. With the 1 inches around, and she's going to do a Dirty Knives, play the conditioned game as well, and chuck at Flask. So 2 dice needing 4 plus.
A 3 plus.
A 3 plus. And he gets the 6 off, so you're going to be poisoned.
2 knives, a damage and poison.
A damage and poison, there we go. And that will be Brisket done. So your last activation.
Big boy!
Your big boy.
Boy Katalyst coming in. Okay, so Veteran Katalyst here, using his Furious Charge to get to this point here, which puts him within 1 inch of Ox and within 3 inches of Shank, because I want the Intensify to clip him if possible. Although I know he is buffed up for defensive stats.
Absolutely.
So Vet Katalyst is 8 dice basic, and he gets 4 for charging, so I'll use 4 of your pundit dice.
I will betray you.
I know. And then hitting him, so he's defense 4 and armor 2. So look. Oh, it doesn't look great.
And that one's out. So
I've missed the Intensify. So
2 hits.
2 hits. I will take a momentous 1 inch push, which puts me onto 2 momentum for the turn. I'm going to push you out of engagement. Well, in mine, but out of yours.
Yep.
Okay, and I'm going to spend one of his influence to hit again.
Yep.
So 3, 6, 8 dice. Looking for 4s with armor 2.
4's armor 2.
So just 1 hit, which will be 2 damage.
2 damage on Ox.
On Ox, yep.
Yep.
And 1 last swing.
Trying again. That's better that
Much
time.
better, yeah. 2 off there. 1, 2, 3, 4 will be a 1 damage momentous, which goes to 2.
Yep.
So that's 2 damage, 4 damage in total, and also intensify, which will be 2 damage onto Shank and 2 more damage on Ox.
Wow. So
And a momentum.
pretty extreme stuff there. So 3 momentum for you. We'll knock off the damage now, and that's how our table is looking. So the old school butchers are getting schooled by the alchemists here. With a very cool condition game. Hope you guys are enjoying seeing Smoke in action. We are going to put all of that damage down now and resolve conditions. But first of all, let's roll. You're on +3.
Oh no.
Oh no, it's terrible news. So it is going to go to
I
the
will go first.
Yes, so of course it made a whole lot of sense for Jamie to go first that time and try and get some alpha strikes in, because Ox and Shank look very, very, very vulnerable right now, as do most of the butchers, to be honest. Just all that stack up of conditions, taking 1 damage here, 2 damage there, another 3, another 2, and the like. It's quickly stacked up. But I suppose I do have a point of momentum to start with.
You do, yes.
So you are, of course, going to start with the big boy, right?
I am, yeah. Should we do the influence?
Yeah.
I put 2 onto Veteran Katalyst, 3 onto Harry the Hat, 2 onto Flask, 5 onto Smoke, and 1 onto Calculus at the back, and nothing on Compound.
In the meantime, I've got 4 over here on Brisket. Trying to get those VPs from there. We've got 2 on Shank just in case. We've got 1 on Ox just in case. Of course, the obligatory 1 over there on Boar, and then we've got 3 on Boiler. So that's how we're looking from the butcher's side of things. So here we go.
Okay, so starting with Veteran Katalyst, going to spend 1 to attack Ox. Now I pushed him outside of his 1-inch melee, so I couldn't be counter-attacked.
Absolutely.
So needing defense 3 and armor 1.
Defense 3, armor 1. Oh, that's not great.
Terrible.
So we've got 2 hits.
Yep. So we'll do 2 damage to him.
So 2 damage, which is
Leaves
going to
him
take him
on.
down to 2.
Leaves him on 2. We shall spend another 1 to attack again. 2, 4, 6, 7.
Whiff, 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 so you don't get your free charge. No, you get 2.
3, and 1 comes off from us. So with 4 hits,
Yep.
will be a momentous intensified. So that takes out Ox.
Yep, so Ox is going to go.
2 momentum. And also Shank will take 2 damage from that as well. So
Which
that's
is going to
Shank,
leave Shank down to 1.
1 health left. So Ox is
So
gone.
Ox is going to go.
Now I've got my free charge, which I will take. I need to position well. So I'm going to splash over to 3 there, 3 there, and 2 there. So I'm going to use my heroic play, Witness Me. And if I take someone out, I'll gain an additional 2 VPs, but I'll be taken out myself.
Okay.
And we're going to charge Shank there.
Okay, wow.
Okay. So 4 dice, 8 dice basic, plus 4 for charging. And am I within 2? I'm not, so no crowding out.
Now, in this case, you have charged me. Do I want to do a defensive stance?
Make it 5s.
Make it 5s. I think I'd prefer to clear conditions and some other bit, so no.
Okay, so I need 4 to hit.
Force to hit. Oh wow.
So we'll pick out the misses.
All the 4s.
Oh wow.
Those are great.
So 3,
Oh dear.
6, 8.
Oh,
I
dear.
think it's his entire playbook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It will be 4 momentous damage, which takes him out,
So that's Shank gone, and you get.
and intensify. So it's 2 damage onto Boar and 2 damage onto Boiler.
Yep.
And then I get taken out because I use Witness Me, which puts me on 6 VPs in total.
Wow.
2 from the takeout from Ox, 2 from the takeout from Shank, 2 for Witness Me, but it also puts you on 2 VPs as well.
Wow. How very interesting. So there we go. Veteran Katalyst in action there. He's very good.
Yes, yeah,
He's
he
very,
is
very,
good.
very-
And I believe I'm on 4 momentum now. 1 from the Intensify and take out an Ox, another 1 from the Intensify and take out on Shank. So I'm on 4 momentum.
And did you call a heroic?
Oh, I did call heroic, that's right.
That's why.
That's why I'm on 3.
There we go. So so fantastic stuff there from Veteran Katalyst, and you've left me with no one to kill down this end. Well, which I'm slightly sad about. But with that, we're going to go into the rest of the butchers. So feeling momentum starved here, I'm going to just jog with the dog 4 inches to there and pass it back over to the alchemist.
Okay, Flask up next is going to trundle just over to here. He's got 5 inches of movement, so plenty to do it. And spend his 2 to use an Intensify to put 2 damage onto Brisket, and then spend a momentum to clear the condition.
There we go. So next up we've got Boiler. Boiler's going to spend 1 here to sprint, which will only be 6 inches because of his burning condition there. And he's then going to spend another 1 to do a mark target on Flask.
Yep, 3+.
Need a 3+ here.
He gets it.
And he gets it. So mark target is going to go off onto Flask, making it a little bit easier to get. And that last one will be wasted because there's only swift stance. So there we go. Back over to Alchemist.
Okay, so Calculus going next. Is going to walk over to here and use the 1 influence to try and throw out a blind onto Brisket here, needing a 4+. If it's successful, it's -2/-2 move, -2/-2 attack, -2/-2 kick.
Yeah. So you got 50-50 chance of getting this. You roll a 1.
No, doesn't get it.
There we go. So lucky Brisket there. Back over to me. So at this point we're going to do the free charge with Boar. Because the mark target, he's going to be going after Thingamajiggy.
Flask there.
Flask. There we go. He's not going to clear any conditions or anything there. He's just going to put himself in position, and that's that. It's back over to Alchemist. So we're over to the Alchemist, and we've got Harry the Hat now.
Yep, so Harry's going to go crazy and cause himself 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. Giving himself attack 7. He's then going to walk 5 inches up to here, engaging Boar, and we're going to hit him a few times. So spending 1 to hit him.
So first one.
This one, where's all the dice gone? 2, 4, 6, 7.
So this is attack 7 now.
So needing 3s to hit.
Then my 4.
And it's strong.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will be a momentous knockdown.
So momentous knockdown. So he's now going to be in this bum and 2s to hit.
Yep. So 7 again. 2s.
Ah, a few 1s there.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4 will be 2 momentous damage and a 2-inch push.
Yep.
And the push.
So that takes him down to 10 health.
Yeah.
Each column's 10, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. And then the last one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And last swing.
Last swing.
Oh,
Everything.
4, 5, 6, 7. He has 1, 2, 3. He has a 6-long playbook. So 1's left over. I'll do 3 momentous damage.
Yep.
With a total of 3 inches of pushes.
Lovely. So we'll put that damage down on him now, and you're going to drag him up the pitch. So, cheers, because I've been struggling to do that all game. So we're going to go back over to Brisket. So Brisket's going to try and recover a little bit of pride here for the Butchers. She's going to spend 1 to sprint. She's sprinting around, dodging Flask, all measured out, all pre-measured there to that position. She's spending 1 for super shot as well, so that she can actually shoot from there, and she's got a clear sight to the goal. So she's then going to spend 1 to shoot and spend the point of momentum that I got at the start of the turn. Have I actually generated any momentum organically this game? I don't think I have. So I'm going to have 4 dice here.
Yep.
To try and score.
No negatives.
No
For
negatives.
4+.
4+.
Screamer!
It's a Screamer, 2 momentum, lovely. But my turn ends with the goal, doesn't it? So I can't spend that 2 momentum.
To clear conditions. No, you can make the 4-inch dodge if you want to.
No. I'm going to stay where I am.
Yeah.
There we go. So so that takes me up to 6. I'm currently tied, I believe.
Generate momentum and you get goal influence for next turn.
And goal influence for next turn. If there's a next turn.
There will be a next
There will be. So over to the Alchemist.
Alright, so we need to do the goal scatter. Like that. So, direction. Going in the 5. Distance, 6.
6 inches in the 5.
So, drops there. Flask will not snap the ball.
Why not?
No warning on him.
There we go. So over to Smoke now. So it's all the Alchemists now. And we've got Compound.
Yep, so Compound's just going to walk up to 5 inches, up to about here, just staying within range for Rush Keeper and keeping these guys under control. Then straight onto Smoke.
We're going to see some Season 3 shenanigans again here.
Shenanigans,
It's
yeah.
been a proper sort of demonstration of Season 3.
Yeah. So, spending 1 to sprint. We go 6 inches up to around here. And snapping the ball on the way.
Absolutely.
I'm going to spend 1 to teleport into the smoke cloud.
Zoom.
To about here.
That's right.
To get us within 4 inches of the goal for tapping range. Now we have 2 influence that we can't spend because one of them's going to be on the shot, so we'll take the shot. So spend 1 momentum to do it, 1 to bonus time.
Makes sense, you've got all the momentum.
Yep, the dog is on the ball path, so back to 4 dice, needing 3s to hit.
3s to hit. I'd just like to point out the camera only caught those 3 then. Wow.
So I generate a point back You've got 2. I'll keep my 5 and keep Smoke where she is.
Keep Smoke where she is. So that takes it 10-6 as things stand. And there we go. So I very much feel like I'm drowning in season 3 at the moment. But it's been great in terms of learning, really,
Yes,
which is what this is all about. So hopefully you guys out there are learning what not to do from me and what to do with Jamie.
So before we go into the roll off, we need to kick the ball out.
Yeah, so I get to do that, and I'm going to mark all that out now. So understanding that Jamie is going to be going first next turn.
Well, likely, but not guaranteed.
Yes, it's not guaranteed. It's not
Positive 3.
It's likely. It's likely. I want that ball to be as far away from my goal and Smoke as possible. So he's lobbed out, and I'm just want it to go as far as possible, just really far. So here we go. It's going to go in the 6 inches, 1 inch.
So
not quite to plan.
to there. Snap to Brisket.
Yes.
Yeah.
Makes sense. So snap to Brisket, and we're going to go to rolling.
Yep.
For
next turn.
And then we'll do all the conditions and the like. So here we go.
So I'm on 5, you're on 2. Oh, so I'm on 6.
There's a chance.
There's a chance? Yeah, it's a very good chance.
So if I roll a...
If you roll a 4, we re-roll. If you roll a 5, you win it. We matched each other on every roll.
Oh dearie me.
6-1-1.
So over to the Alchemist. So here's our table in what is likely the final game turn. It's currently 10-6 to Mr. Giblin. So my guys have come back on over here. Ox and Shank, we put some influence on them. Smoke's got a couple, Boy's got 3. We've got Harry the Hat with 4, just in case your plan goes awry.
Yeah, just if it goes wrong.
Now, Veteran Katalyst has come back on.
Yep.
And you've got 4 on Compound.
Yep, just in case as well.
Just in case. A lot of this is just in case stuff, because what we're actually going to see here...
Yeah, is a mascot winning the game. So, Flask can have 2 influence and is going to be allocated 2.
Yep.
He's going to trundle his 5 inches, avoiding the melee zones, to here.
Absolutely.
To get within 1 inch of Boar, who's knocked down, and within 3 inches of these 2.
Yep.
Spend his first one to make an attack. So he's tech 2 basic.
Yep.
+1 for Harry.
Yep.
And looking for 2s. So we get 2 hits. That will be a momentous 1 inch push and intensify. So that's 2 damage to Boar, putting him on
2.
And 2 damage to Brisket, putting her on.
Put her on 1.
So that's 1 momentum generated. Then our bonus time.
Yep.
This attack. We're looking for 2s. And we momentously intensify twice. So 4 damage to Boar and 4 damage to Brisket, which takes the game to
12-6. And it's been a resounding, smashing victory to Smoke's Alchemist. Really enjoyed that, though.
Yeah,
Thank you very, very much. So you guys enjoyed seeing some of the Season 3 things in action, seeing what not to do and what to do. We've got nothing left to do but to go into a post-game breakdown. Let's head to the dugout. Thank you so much for that game.
No worries. Welcome.
A procession, a dice roll next time.
Oh yeah, that old saying.
I really enjoyed that, though.
Yep.
I really enjoyed that. It felt very much like I was learning to play the game again.
Yep.
Very much how I felt when I first started playing Guild Ball, not even the Season 2 stuff, but when I first started playing Guild Ball, and every team that you came up against, it felt like you were...
Oh, what's this?
What's this doing? And, I made a ton of mistakes.
Yeah, I think the biggest one was in turn 2 not going second to get the momentum.
Yeah, which is such a flip kind of reversal of what we've been used to with season 2 and 1, really. Looking at it and thinking, well, actually, it probably benefits me having a final turn, final activation of the turn, and also starting the game with that 1 momentum just to get those conditions off. So how did you find that game?
It's sort of what the guild or what that team competition does.
Yeah.
Like at the start of the game, I expect players will have thought, why is he kicking off?
Yep.
Because usually you want to receive the ball because having the ball is a benefit. But being able to go last with Smoke and putting out the conditions on so many people and just constantly ticking that 3 damage over and over means that when Veteran Katalyst or even Flask gets in, there's so many conditions that you can just do so much splash damage onto everybody that healing suddenly becomes the priority rather than clearing the conditions, but then you want to get rid of the conditions because the rest of the team benefits from them being on fire and poisoned.
Absolutely, and I think the hindrance to movement with the burning was probably the biggest one. And starting the game relatively conservative. I mean, you don't normally necessarily want to do that with a Butcher's team, depending on who you're up against. But because I suppose I was quite keen to just see what you were doing,
what was going on,
and just allow the game to happen. Of course, that's what's actually happened here. There was an agreement at the start of the game of let's showcase
Yeah,
let's showcase
Smoke. Yeah.
exactly how to play Smoke's Alchemist. But great fun. I'm sure we're going to get an opportunity to do a few more going forward.
Definitely, yeah.
And I'm really looking forward to getting my teeth stuck into season 3 and learning to play again. So I'm sure there'll be tons of comments below saying, James, you absolute idiot. But great fun playing against the expert. So thank you very much, Jamie.
Yeah, no worries.
Thank you so much. We had a great game. Well, I did learning things. And I hope you guys out there are having a great game. And let's look forward to some more season 3 Guild Ball.